ever just find yourself, in these like really weird corners of the internet.
You mean like those rabbit holes you fall down?
Exactly. Like 1 minute you're watching a perfectly normal video about, I don't know, like how to fold a fitted sheet.
The eternal struggle.
Right. And then the next thing you know, you're staring at like a grainy photo of Bigfoot playing chess with an alien or something.
Okay, that one might just be me.
Well, maybe Bigfoot will make an appearance in this deep dive. You never know. But today, we're diving into the world of online communities.
This is going to be good.
Specifically, a forum called AboveTopSecret.com. This place is like a digital cabinet of curiosities.
Above Top Secret. Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah. It's where, let's just say, people who like to think outside the box hang out.
That's one way to put it. It's a forum where people share all sorts of, shall we say, unconventional theories.
Conspiracy theories, UFO sightings, government cover-ups. You name it, they're talking about it on Above Top Secret.
Exactly. And we've got a series of posts and discussions from this forum, all centered around a user named Kansfeld.
Okay, and what's so special about Kansfeld?
Well, they seem to have stumbled onto something really strange. See, Kansfeld found this website.
Let me guess. It's not your average run-of-the-mill website.
Definitely not. It's called Forgotten Languages. And at first glance, it seems harmless enough, maybe even a little bit academic, right?
Sure, linguistics can be fascinating. So what's the twist?
The twist is, the website features articles written in what appear to be, get this, extinct or completely unknown languages.
Wait, hold on. Extinct? Like we're not talking about deciphering some lost dialect of Latin or something.
Nope. We're talking about languages with names like Cassini Discus and Franciscan Alashi names that even our good friend Google seems to be clueless about.
Now that is strange. I mean, creating a language from scratch, a conlang, as the linguistics nerds call them, it's not easy.
It's like Tolkien-level dedication, right? Inventing whole languages for your fantasy world.
Exactly. You need a system, a grammar, a vocabulary. It's incredibly complex. So either these forgotten languages folks are geniuses who crack the code to making up languages that sound real.
Or they're just really, really good at making things up.
Right. But even if that's the case, why go through all that trouble? What's the point of inventing languages and then just hiding them in plain sight on the internet?
And here's where it gets even weirder, because alongside the linguistic stuff, Kansfeld finds these videos.
Videos? What kind of videos?
Well, Kansfeld describes them as having vampiric themes, like full-on vampire stuff, mixed in with academic papers on linguistics.
Okay, now you've officially piqued my curiosity. Vampires and linguistics. That's a new one.
Right. There's even this whole section called Loopscapes, with poetry about vampires, mostly in a language they call Afel.
Afel does ring a bell, and I've spent a good chunk of my life studying languages.
Yeah, Afel is not exactly in your standard linguistics textbook.
They claim it's a Romanian vampiric dialect. But I'm pretty sure Romanian linguists would have something to say about that.
Yeah, something tells me Afel is not going to be showing up in any academic journals anytime soon.
So we're either dealing with the most groundbreaking linguistic discovery of the century,
or the most elaborate internet hoax ever conceived.
Exactly. And honestly, at this point, I'm not sure which is more intriguing.
It's like they want to be found, but they also want to remain hidden.
And then there's the Sumerian connection, which just adds another layer to this whole bizarre situation.
Oh, yeah. Did I mention that part? Because it gets even weirder. On top of the cryptic languages and the vampire stuff, the Forgotten Languages website also has this whole thing about ancient Sumerian mythology.
Sumerian mythology?
Yeah.
Like the ancient Mesopotamian civilization. Cuneiform tablets, ziggurats, the whole shebang.
That's the one. It's like something out of an Indiana Jones movie, except it's all happening online.
Okay, I'm officially hooked.
Yeah.
What's the Sumerian connection?
Well, the Forgotten Languages people, they're really fixated on these figures called the vampiric Galu demons, these beings of chaos who are constantly at war with the forces of order.
Galu demons. They're not exactly household names, even among mythology buffs. But Sumerian mythology is full of these incredibly vivid stories about gods and monsters, about the creation of the world, and, interestingly enough, the power of language.
Which, when you think about it, kind of fits with this whole website, right? Creating languages, controlling information, maybe even tapping into some ancient source of power.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So we've got cryptic languages, vampire poetry, ancient Sumerian myths. It's like someone dumped a bunch of random ingredients into a cauldron and yelled, "Let's see what happens."
And that's what Kansfeld is trying to figure out. And honestly, I think we are too.
And here's where our deep dive, it takes like another unexpected turn. Because Kansfeld, being, well, Kansfeld, decides to share all this, this whole weird website situation on abovetopsecret.com.
Of course. Where else would you go to unpack something this bizarre? So what happens? Does the internet collectively lose its mind?
Pretty much, yeah. The internet, and especially a place like Above Top Secret, they live a good mystery. So you have Cansfeldt's posts, right, laying out all these strange details, the unknown languages, the vampire stuff, the Sumerian mythology. It's like an open invitation for speculation.
No, I bet. So who jumps in first? Give us the rundown of these digital detectives trying to crack the case.
Well, there's this one user, Doodle19815, who seems to be taking a very, shall we say, direct approach. They're trying to use online translators on the Forgotten Languages text, just like throwing everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Bless their heart. Did it work?
Not really. I mean, the translators mostly spit out gibberish, which, given what we're dealing with, isn't exactly surprising.
No.
But there is this one interesting thing. The word puppets keeps popping up in several of the translations.
Puppets. Okay, yeah, that sends a shiver down my spine.
Ah.
What could that even mean in this context?
Right. It's like unsettling, to say the least. Then you've got another group of users who are convinced this is all about cryptography.
Ah, so they think it's like a code within a code.
Exactly. Like, these languages might be complex ciphers, and each one needs a specific key to unlock it.
I have to admit, I kind of love that idea. It's like a real-life Da Vinci Code, but with, vampires and ancient Sumerians thrown in for good measure.
Right. But here's the thing. Even if these are ciphers, the people who created them are operating on a whole other level. We're not talking about your average, everyday code breaking here.
So what you're saying is even if we had the Rosetta Stone of forgotten languages, we still might not be able to understand it.
Exactly. Because it's not just about deciphering the words. It's about understanding the entire system of thought, the mindset behind them. Which brings us to another user, Unity99, who has a totally different take on all of this.
Oh. Tell me more about Unity 99. What's their theory?
Well, unlike the others who are focused on the language itself, Unity99 is drawn to the website's imagery.
Okay, so they're going for a more intuitive, vibe-based approach.
Yeah, exactly. And the vibes they're picking up on are not exactly warm and fuzzy. Their words, not mine. Psychopathic and insectoid, like something just feels deeply inherently wrong about the whole thing.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's definitely not the vibe you want from a website that's supposed to be about, forgotten languages.
Right. It's like, even if we can't consciously understand the languages on this website, are they still communicating with us on some deeper subconscious level? And if so, what are they trying to tell us?
Okay, now I have chills. But it's an interesting point. Are we letting our imaginations run wild here, or is there something to this idea of a hidden message?
Well, think about it this way. Have you ever heard of steganography?
Steganog, what now?
Steganography. It's basically the art of hiding messages within other totally normal-seeming things.
So, like, you could have a message hidden in plain sight, but no one would know it was there unless they knew exactly what to look for.
Exactly. Could be anything. A message hidden within the pixels of an image, or even, like, the timing of network packets. You'd need the right tools and the right knowledge to even detect it.
That's both amazing and terrifying all at the same time.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you wonder about the intentions of the people behind the Forgotten Languages website, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, are they intentionally messing with us, planting these seeds of unease? It's like they want us to feel like something is just off, but we don't know why.
It's like they're playing a game, but we don't know the rules. And maybe, just maybe, we weren't supposed to find out about any of this in the first place. It's like we've stumbled into this, I don't know, like a digital maze or something. Forgotten languages, vampire myths, this whole online community trying to figure out what it all means.
And we still don't know if these forgotten languages are real or made up or some kind of code. It's a puzzle with a lot of missing pieces.
And what about that dark millennium thing? That's still bugging me.
Dark millennium. Yeah, it's like they just dropped that phrase in there. No explanation, no context.
Exactly. Just a title on a page, all ominous and mysterious. What do you think it means? Some kind of secret project? A prophecy?
Honestly, I have no idea. But I do think that maybe we're focusing on the wrong question here.
What do you mean?
I mean, maybe trying to figure out if these languages are real or not, that's not really the point.
So what is the point?
The point is, who created them and why? What are they trying to accomplish with this whole forgotten languages thing?
You're saying the real mystery isn't the languages themselves, it's the people behind them.
Exactly. It's like they're playing a game, leaving these clues scattered around the internet.
But we don't know the rules of the game, do we?
Nope. And we don't even know if we're supposed to be playing.
This whole thing, it's like unsettling. Like, what if we do figure it out? What if we crack the code or translate the languages or whatever? What happens then?
That's a good question. And maybe a little bit scary if you think about it too much.
Because it all goes back to that idea that, like, language has power, right?
Right. And if someone can control language, even in this weird hidden way,
Hmm.
well, that's a lot of power.
It's like they're shaping our reality, but we don't even realize it's happening.
And that's something to think about, isn't it? Not just about the forgotten languages, but about all the ways, all the subtle ways that language shapes our world.
Well, that's a thought-provoking note to end on. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. It's been, well, a wild ride, to say the least.
Anytime. I have a feeling this is one mystery we'll be revisiting again soon. And to everyone listening, well, happy internet sleuthing. Just maybe stay away from any websites that mention forgotten languages or vampires.
Yeah.
Just to be safe.